Hello, I am here today to show you the one activity that is the most powerful activity I use in my toolkit as a reading teacher. And I have seen it work with hundreds of other teachers in multiple states as I've worked with them as a staff developer. So I want to share this with you. This is day one of a Spring Forward challenge. If you haven't heard about the challenge, I just issued it yesterday. And the idea is that at the end of the school year, we kind of get tired as classroom teachers, don't we? And we may not do our best, or we may just not have the energy, and we maybe get discouraged because some kids are not progressing like we had hoped. So the idea of the Spring Forward challenge is to try some new activities that have been proven to make a big difference for readers, and also play some games, because we're going to have some prizes and you'll get freebies along the way. So hopefully it'll put a little zest in your step as you move towards the end of the school year. And if you want to learn more and grab the free 25 days of lesson plans for a guided reading session, particularly designed for someone who's at the kindergarten or early first grade reading level, then check the post above or beside, probably above, for that freebie. And now, because I promised it would be quick, let me go straight into today's tip. The first thing that we're going to do is to learn how to do switch it. So first you need to make sure that you have out and you've printed out the free guided reading lesson plan, and you need to move into day one. So I'm going to show you this and then show you the switch it activity right when I switch over, so it won't be backwards for you guys. Okay, so here is the 25-day challenge. And on Monday, you notice there's just one activity that I recommend, switch it. And this is the word list that you can use with beginners who are, or older kids who are struggling. And this is part of week one. Now, if you know just by looking at this that this is too easy for your kids, then I recommend you skip to week 3 and try this switch it list. And don't do everything else in here, because that's meant to be kind of gradually explained to you, but just go first straight for switch it at this level, week 3. Okay, so that's the first step. The second step is to actually do the activity. So here is what I recommend that you create. A simple board, or it could even be cardstock, where you have letter sound cards, each sound on a different tile. And you just hold this list where the student can't see it, and you ask the student to build words. Okay, I'm going to pretend to be a student and a teacher here, okay? See if you can detect the difference with my voices. All right, let's build the word map. When you pull a sound down, I want you to say each sound. What do you hear at the beginning when I say map? I used a map to find out where to go. What's that sound here in map? Okay, and the student looks, and ideally she pulls this down. And you say, oh, you know what? I want you to say the sound when you do it. Okay. And then you say, what's the next sound you hear when I build the word map? What was this sound? And then maybe they don't know and they say this. Well, actually, before we worry about which one of these it is, let's figure out what the sound is. What do you hear right here when I say map? And you exaggerate and elongate and get the student to pay attention to the sound and get the student to identify the sound as ah. And if they can't do ah, then you just tell them, well, I hear ah. And then you say, which one of these is ah? And hopefully they'll see this, and then what do? They need to pull it down and say ah. If you're just tuning in, we're showing day one of the Spring Forward challenge, and this is the switch it activity. Just going through the very first day's lesson plans and how to do it. So say the student did this, knew that, and then you ask him the last sound. What's the last sound in map? And you really exaggerate it like that. Map. First you ask them for the sound, and then you say, well, which one of these is p? Well, say they pull the wrong one. And you just give them the information quickly that they don't know. Actually, this is t. This one is p. Try again. Okay, and the student pulls it down. P. All right, let's check what you've done. You built the word map. Tell me each sound. And the student goes, a, p. And the word is map. Okay, that was step 1 of Switch It. Now we need to go to the next word. Okay, so you built the word map. Let's switch one sound to turn map into mad. We have map. We switch it to mad. Which one of these is going to change? So first, again, you ask them to do the work of finding the sound that needs to be changed. Well, what if they do this? Oh, no, actually, there's a in mad. We need to switch this from map to mad. So the exaggeration and the elongation is what really helps cue the student into being able to say, oh, that's the D. That's right, we need a D. So which one of these is D? And again, maybe they picked the wrong one. Oh, that's S. This is D. And say the sound as you pull it down. D. And so then we'd look at our list, and the next word is sad. Okay, so you have mad. Switch it to sad. I will be sad when you leave this year. Which one of these do you switch to make mad into sad? And hopefully they'll get it. And if they don't, you exaggerate and elongate. Say they do this. Oh, no, we need a D in mad. We need to switch it to sad. And so then they'll figure it out. Oh, get rid of that. What sound, before we worry about which letter and which spelling, let's first figure out which sound goes here in mad. So we want the student to isolate the sound. So she says, and then she pulls it down. Say the sound as you do it. And then the final step is check each sound. D. And the word is mad. So you do as many as you can on this list. And then you're done for the day. That was it. That's day 1. It's short and simple. If you have any questions, let me know. Write them in the comments. Sometimes it's hard work, sometimes it's super easy. If the activity is too easy for your student, then, and you'll know that because they don't need your help at all. If they don't need your help at all, then it's too easy and it's not an instructional match. So then I recommend that you move forward to at least week 2 and probably week 3, and just do the switch it activity there, and then gradually add in activities throughout the challenge. Don't worry, as you move forward, if you're ahead, I'll coach you later on what to do in week 4. Okay, so that's it for our first day's tip on how to spring forward with your reading. I hope that you will find your kids surprise you and that they can do this activity. With this activity, they're learning their short vowels, they're learning some consonants, they're learning phonemic segmentation, and the most powerful is that they're learning phonemic manipulation, changing the mad to sad. That's a pulling in and out of sounds that is the most significant phonemic awareness skill that kids can develop to become good readers. Because when they come to a word they don't know, like say they're coming across the word prevent and they want to say prevent and they can't figure out if that makes sense, they need to pull out the E sound and try something else like Oh, prevent. Oh, I know the word prevent. And that's what good readers do when they are attacking unknown words. They try one sound, and if it doesn't work, they try another. So there's that flexibility that's essential for good reading. So this skill carries on well beyond the 3-letter words into multisyllable, and it's just essential. So give it a try, and let us know how it's going. And keep in mind that the Spring Forward Challenge is not just instructional, but it's also got some game elements. You can win if you report the best story about how your students have grown based on using the Spring Forward 25-day challenge. You may only have 15 days, or maybe you have 30 more school days. Whatever it is, we'll make a decision based on your particular context If you give that information in the comments in the post above, the post that's on the readingsimplified.com blog, it's called 25-Day Challenge. If you put your comments there, you'll have a chance to win some big prizes, including a 3-month membership to the Reading Simplified Academy, which will teach you everything you need to know about reading and also give you hundreds of pages of differentiated K through 6 reading materials. And there are other prizes as well. So go to that blog post if you haven't seen it already to check out how you can win, and ask me questions if this did or didn't work, so we can make this successful for you today or on Monday. So thanks for tuning in. Oh, by the way, if you have a friend who's interested, hi Zaiboon, is that how you say your name? I'm glad to see you popping in. It's a better time for you, I bet, right? Because you're from South Africa. Or is it Zaiboon? I'm sorry. If you have a friend, oh great, Carmel, I'm so glad. I hope that it will work for you. Thanks for letting me know. If you have a friend who has some kids who might be struggling, you're concerned, that they're concerned about, that they are, they're going to be moving on to the end. Okay, so Zai, I said it 2 different ways, and you then responded. Oh, Carmel, you're from South Africa too. Cool, you guys are. This is a good hour for you. So if you have a friend, a colleague that has some kids who might not be making the gains that they want for this part of the school year, put their name in the comments or share it to all of your friends so that they can participate too. Frankly, it's a lot more fun with a friend. So let me know how it's going, and I'll keep popping in with Facebook Lives to give you more updates and more tricks and tips about how to make this work. Thanks for tuning in, you guys.